Good day, wonderful viewers, and welcome to Youthful Experience right here on Fila GH TV. It's about to roll down, and today our topic is the most interesting I would ever say, and it's going to be very interactive, and you would never want to miss this. But before we enroll everything, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, kindly do so and click on the notification bell so that you get alert of every post we make. You can also share to your friends who enjoy this educative program. If you're a business entity or a firm and you want to place an advert or sponsor this program, you can do the same by contacting management on 0550-442-973, 0550-442-973. If you're a young person out there, you are touching lives and you want to be featured on this program too, you can contact the same number and we will link up to you. Let's take a quick break, and when I come back, I will introduce my guest and my topic. You're welcome back to the show. Now, before we begin everything, today's topic, as I said, is very, very interesting. And today we are talking about maintaining healthy relationships among the youth. The main focus is on sex. Is it complement of love, or it is the foundation of love? This is what we are coming to discuss today. And to help me with the analysis is a very fine gentleman from the University of Ghana, who is a peer counselor and a former majority leader of POSA, which is Political Student Association of University of Ghana, He is a former deputy PRO for the same POSA, and he is the current academic head of the University of Ghana SRC. And to help me do this, he's in the person of Mr. Mohammed Abdul Salam. Mr. Mohammed Abdul Salam, wow, all these positions, how come you amounted all these things for yourself? That's so huge.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. And I want to greet your viewers and everybody watching me today. Yes. Your question is very interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's God. I would say it's God. Determination and God.
Determination and God.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Today, our topic, sex, a complement of love or the foundation of love. That's a very huge... Okay, so you are the current academic head for the SRC. So I'll ask you that, how is academic ongoing right now on the campus of University of Ghana?
Well, it's a bit of a challenge, but I think it's okay. Students are trying to adjust to the new system and all that. We have had 2-3 weeks into the semester, so most of the things have been dealt with, and I think we are doing just fine. But a lot of challenges have come up, and management has tried to solve these things. So I think we'll overcome. All right, you overcome, surely. Now let's jump straight to our topic for the day.
Okay, now let me start with this. What is a relationship?
Well, thank you very much. A relationship, I would say, if it's an interpersonal relationship or just a relationship, maybe the connection between two things or between two people. Yes, maybe. I say two things or two people because currently I've seen people married to, maybe some people get married to
trees and dogs.
Yes, and dogs and all that. So that's why I'm saying two things or two people. So it's weird though, but it's cool. And also, we also develop relationship with our tools, our gadgets and materials. Some people are in relationship with their phones. It is a connection you have with something.
They can't do away with their phone.
So you have a relationship. But when it comes to interpersonal relationships within our human context, the people, I think it's the connection between two people or three people or even many people, yes, in the sense that it could be intimate, it could also just be a normal friendship something. Yes, you are all enjoying.
Okay, now let me come to this question. Sex, is it a complement of love or it is the foundation of love?
Oh, well, I think this question, I've had this question quite a number of times. And I'll be very frank with you.
Okay. Be frank with me.
Yes. You see, sex is something that is very essential, okay, in a relationship or to the human life.
Okay.
First of all, mating or copulating is something that is very important.
Okay.
Now back to the issue of whether it's a complement or a foundation in relationship. I think sex is not a foundation. I mean, it's a complement. Okay. It is something that perhaps could revitalize your relationship. It's something that could perhaps, bring some joy, some
pleasure. Or something,
yes, something. Yes, it's something that I would say it's a flavor. It's something that stirs up the relationship, something that perhaps motivates you, something that is perhaps, keeping the relationship together. So I wouldn't say it's a complement.
It's a complement.
Yes, not a foundation of relationship.
Of love. Okay. Yeah. So let me get it very well. If it's a complement, meaning it only adds some nutrients or some, intimacy to the relationship, and not that the relationship depends on sex.
Well, you see, that's a very good question. Sex in love and relationship, okay? So sex, you can say it is not something that the relationship is dependent on.
Okay.
It is something that can, like we say, add nutrients to the relationship.
Revitalize
the whole vibe. Okay. Because some relationships, or let me not just go there. Let me be frank. Okay. Nowadays, most of the relationships we have are sexual relationships. Yeah. So let me be frank. Most of it among the youth, it's a sexual relationship. Okay. Only 4.5% or so are just.
Oh, that's so.
Yes.
Low.
Yes, if you look at the rate at which the youth we are having sex today, I mean, when I say today, I mean in the 21st century. You, yeah. Yes, millennials are having sex. Okay, we are having sex at an alarming rate. Yeah. It's especially on campuses, especially on daily basis. Yeah. So if I say we are having sexual relationships, it's in the right place. Yeah. But the issue is that most of us are just friends with people. Okay. Yeah. Some are just we are just friends. Maybe we are in a relationship. We want to take our time, maybe get married. Some are celibate. Yes, but there's a few number of people who are celibate. So our relationships are very sexual. Very sexual.
Okay. Let me get back to you. So it's getting hotter and hotter here. Yes. I still have Mr. Abdul Salam here helping me with the interview. And I'll urge you that if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, kindly do so. And click on the notification bell so that you get alert of every post we make. Don't be greedy. Please share to your friends also, so that they can also enjoy all these things we are talking about on the show. If you are a young person there and you want to be part of the show, kindly contact management 0550-442-973. If you are a firm also and you want to sponsor this program or place an advert, kindly do same on 0550-442-973. Let me get back to Mr. Abdul. Mr. Abdul, yes. It's getting hotter. So let me get it very clear. What is the role of sex in a relationship?
Very well. Like I said earlier on, sex is very important in a relationship. It's very necessary in some relationships, or let me say in all relationships. Okay. I say some because some relationships are not sexual.
Okay.
But so if we are saying the role of sex in sexual relationships,
okay.
One, it plays an important role in the sense that, one, it creates an avenue for the partners to bond. Okay. Bonding is very essential in relationships, and sex plays this role. It gives you the opportunity to bond. Okay. I hear some people say, the more you have sex with someone, the more you people share. This thing it happens with people who are married.
Intimacy or something. Okay.
Yes. You can see some people when they are married for, let's say, 5, 10 years, even to 20 years, you see that they are now looking alike. Yeah. It's a result of sex, the bonding, the intimacy. Okay. You are sharing hormones, you are sharing a whole lot of things together. Okay. So your bodies tend to get used to each other. Okay. So sex does these things. And also, sex creates that sort of maybe trust or fidelity. Okay. I'm saying this because we millennials have a very twisted sense of thinking. Yeah. You've heard this things, maybe somebody will say that it's because we have not had sex, that's why maybe he's still following me. The moment I give in, maybe after the sex, he will leave me or something like that.
I get
so the sex has become that sort of thing that maybe keeps, you see, so the moment you have the sex, some will feel that, oh, maybe it wasn't even nice, or he's not that strong. A whole lot of things come into this. A lot of things, very complex issues in there. So, and also maybe you've had this sex and you feel like, oh, the guy be G. You will go and tell her friends that, Charlie, you see that sort of thing. So you are more drawn to the person because he can do it very well. You get it? So sex does these things for us. Also, on emotional level, sex also, maybe the psychologists will say that it helps us release stress. Okay, it's something I've had an encounter with a lot of people. It has to do with the release of the hormones and all that. It freshens your mind. It gives you, you can have very good sleep after sex and all that. And these are things that are needed in a relationship. You don't want stress. The moment stress comes into a relationship, you are easily annoyed and all that. Yes, you can be upset with your boyfriend for just no reason, or your girlfriend for no reason. So these things are very essential.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let me come to this. What is the fate of a relationship with sex and a relationship without sex?
Wow. Well, this is very,
complex. Yes, but you have to tackle it.
Yes, you see, a relationship without sex, I would say that it boils down to what the two people want. Okay. Maybe we want a sexual relationship. This thing, some just want to be adventurous. Let's say, well, let's get it together. Maybe if anything happens, it happens. If anything doesn't happen, you knew what you were. We move. We move. Okay. So, if a relationship started maybe on a very sexual note, then it is probable that the relationship would perhaps have something in the relationship very key. So, say you are people who have sex very frequent in your relationship and all that. It gets to a time that maybe the guy is a bit reluctant to maybe sleep with you, or the girl is reluctant to, that sort of thing. There are two things here. It's either the person is just maybe reevaluating whatever is happening, or the person has lost interest in you
and opting out of the relationship.
Yes. And the second thing is very important because you've been doing it, and especially if you don't communicate, all of a sudden I'm touching you and that sort of thing. So the fate is that if you are having a sexual relationship, I can't say what will happen or the ultimatum. Everything boils down to circumstance. Everything boils down to whatever happens. Right now, there's no blueprint. Anything can happen, whether it's sexual or it's not sexual. Anything can happen. But a relationship that is not sexual, maybe a relationship without sex, and maybe there's no consensus between the two partners. Say I want the sex, my boyfriend doesn't. My girlfriend wants sex, I don't. Or I'm this holy cool, excuse me to say. Yes. If you start on that note, I can say confidently that there's 90% chance that the person who perhaps wants the sex will opt out, or the person who doesn't want it will opt out. Because if you continue to persist doing things that would perhaps say that you don't respect my opinion or my my decision not to have sex now. So maybe I don't see any reason why I should be with you, because perhaps that is my personal decision and maybe you don't agree with that. So the person will just opt out.
Let me chip in with this. We often hear from men that, oh, this woman is cheap. This woman is cheap because, let's say I met her on the first day or on the second day and we had sex.
Wow.
But if, let's say I'm a woman and for that woman, that is what she wants. She was in for sex.
Yes.
Or she wants that sexual relationship. But why do the men still call them that they are cheap if they came in for sex?
This is a very good question, and I just want to say that maybe this is an opportunity for me to hit at my fellow men. No lady is cheap if the person gives you sex. You have to understand that. The second thing is that this is the hypocrisy we have with this sort of women-men issue. Why don't you call yourself cheap?
Because you also allowed yourself on a first date.
On a first date. It is a symbiotic relationship. Okay? The lady didn't have sex with a tree. You were there. Actively, you partook in it. So you are also cheap. Yes. So men too can be cheap. And they've made it look like, and you see, it's the way the society is constructed. It's as if you have sex with a girl, you gain and the girl loses. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
I get you.
It's absolutely bizarre to think that having sex with someone, if it's a female, there's some sort of something for the guy and the girl
lady loses or something.
No, it doesn't happen that way. Once you are in a sexual relationship with someone, you are also, it's partnership. Let me say it's partnership. It's something that you are all doing consciously.
Okay.
So if the lady is cheap for sleeping with you,
then you, the man.
Yes, you are also cheap.
Okay.
Yes.
The man, Mr. Abdul Salam says that if you give in on the first or second date and you call the woman as cheap, you're also cheap. That's from Mr. Abdul Salam. Today's youth, can we, and the word is, can we keep a relationship clean?
Wow.
Yes.
Can we keep a relationship clean?
Yes.
The question, yes, we can. Yes, we can. But the thing is that should we?
Okay.
That is where I'm interested in.
Okay.
If it's can we can.
We can, okay.
I mean, it has to do with discipline. What do you mean by clean? I mean,
clean means
yes,
without sex. Like keeping it, okay, I meet a lady today. Let's say we will marry in the next 2-3 years. Keeping it clean until we marry or whatever, sorry. Is it possible?
It's very possible. There are people who are consciously determined to be celibate till they marry.
Okay.
I know a whole lot of these people.
Okay.
There are men and women who doesn't want to have premarital sex.
Okay.
They want to have this sort of enjoyment. They want to have this thing with someone they are legally and religiously consummated with, someone they will have, a married man, a married woman. Yes. And there are people like my friends
out there.
Yes, out
the
there.
boys out there.
Yes. Shout out to all the Uko boys. Yes, and to the farmers. Some of them, no.
They can't.
Yes, they say you have to test the waters. Okay, this is something that I found out, and it's funny in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, and they find all manner of ways to justify this. They say you can't buy a shoe without testing it. You can't go to the markets and all these things. You see, so we have one commodified relationships.
Okay.
We have one sexualized relationships, and when these things happen, that's what you get. Okay, if you feel like the man doesn't give me anything, I won't even have sex with him, then the guy feels like, well, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not giving you anything. Yeah. So this is the stage that we have found ourselves. And with the issue of keeping the relationship clean, I just want to say that majority of the people I know, some are doing it, keeping it 100% clean. And they are very, very strict on these things.
Okay, let me come in with this. Is kissing also part of the clean?
You see, this thing, kissing, you see, so a relationship, clean here could be subjective.
Okay.
To me, or to that guy out there, clean could be maybe the sex itself.
Okay.
Yes. You must understand that the youth today engage in a whole lot of things.
Okay.
It's not just sex. A whole lot of us masturbate. A whole lot of us make out, which involves anything you can think of. Unimaginable things we do to each other, we do to ourselves and to our partners. And I hear some girls say, we are making out and he wanted to have sex with me and I refused. Maybe perhaps he had fingered you already. Yeah. Perhaps you gave him a hand job or a blow job. These are all things that people could say that, well, it's not sex.
Okay, so it may not be necessarily penetration.
Yes.
But the other obvious accoutrements, all the accoutrements also part
all the conundrums, everything is part. Okay. So it is what the two people decide to do.
Okay.
Maybe the claim to them is sexual intercourse, no penetration.
Okay.
They can do everything. But they won't cross the bridge.
Yeah.
To some
bridge.
They will never cross. To some, kiss and cry.
No.
Don't even try it. She'll slap you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't venture.
Don't venture.
Yeah.
Some people hug and cry. She'll do it like this.
Pentecost.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes, you know.
Yeah, we used to say Pentecostal
hug, yes. And they should be proud of themselves. They say You have branded something.
Yeah.
It's good. So when I say Pentecost, you shouldn't be, you should feel proud that you've come up with something. Yes, these are people, you are in that sort of, we are going to marry, that sort of relationship. So, kissing, all the smooches and everything you are doing, to you maybe it could be clean.
Okay.
But if we are looking at the whole issue holistically, kissing I think is normal to me, per my standards.
It's subjective anyway.
Yes. It could just be a peck. It could just be a soft kiss on the lip. It could just be a soft kiss on the forehead.
Okay.
But people do deep kissing. They swallow each other out, in and out. Yes. To some, if you can't have sex, this one too I'll do.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So I think it's a very complex issue and also subjective, very subjective. And people are so personal about these things. So you never know the mind and somebody's construction of that. So those things are very important.
Okay. It's getting very hotter, and very soon we'll be bringing the show to an end. It's very sad. I'll be leaving, or we are going to let Mr. Abdul go, because the conversation, had it been me alone, we would have continued until next year June. Yeah, seriously. But if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, and click on the notification bell also, so that you may get alert of every post we make. You can share to your friends to enjoy this also. If you're a firm or a business entity and you want to sponsor this program or place an advert, kindly do so by contacting management on 0550-442-973. 0550-442-973. Let's get back to Mr. Abdul and end the show. Mr. Abdul.
Yes, boss.
Okay. Now we want to end the show. If I keep my relationship clean, what are the things I'll be getting? Or what's the advantage of keeping a relationship clean? Or there's nothing to gain if you keep your relationship clean?
Well, there are a lot of things to gain if you keep your relationship clean. A whole lot of things. One thing is that, you are very sure of sexual transmitted diseases. If you are not in any sexual relationship, maybe you can get it by accident. But the possibility of you getting sexual transmitted diseases is very minimal, because you have not had any sexual engagement with anybody. So it's something that is very important. Secondly, basically, I think this is one of the most important things if you keep a relationship clean, not sexual. And also, there's this debate about even if you have the sex and you don't have the sex, eventually you will have it. There's nothing wrong with you staying clean. If you are staying clean, let you stay clean. Let everyone who are doing it also do it. There are a lot of things involved.
Okay, so what is the biblical context or the religious context in here?
Well, I'm not a pastor or an imam,
but
I grew up in that conservative home.
Okay.
Personally, we are told that if you stay clean, or let's say celibate, it adds that spiritual sort of development to your life. You are closer to God, you pray and God listens to you. And I think it's very important, because spirituality is something that is key in our lives. And everybody in house, they keep their mind and body and soul clean. So to some people, it's very personal, and they hold their religion very dear to them. So it's something that other people think are very important. So if you keep your relationship clean, these are things that the person is constructing in his mind. But the issue is that if you don't keep it clean, one, you might be exposed to sexual transmitted diseases. Secondly, well, yes, but I don't want to get into the religious, social aspects of, because to me, I think society has evolved to a point where we cannot actually overlook these things. It is bound to happen, and we must accommodate it and respect people's decisions, because to some people, sex has importance, and trust me, you can have all these enjoyment and everything with or without sex. Let's say stress release, let's say anxiety, let's say even with your body, mind, and soul. Sex can give you those things. You can equally have it without engaging in sexual, immoral, whatever. Yes, you can do that by exercising, by eating very well, swimming and all these things. Yes, if you are stressed or if you are depressed, talk to someone. I mean, do physical activities, eat fruits, I mean, these are all things that can help you release stress and all that.
Okay, Mr. Abdul, before we end it totally, please look into the camera and speak to the boys out there.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, and to my boys out there, I just want you to know that. And to the girls too, I mean, I have very good friends who are girls too, but especially to the boys. Relationship is not something we should commodify. Relationship is not something we should perhaps sexualize. I mean, if you sexualize relationship, people will commodify it. And that is the thing we are having today, and it's unhealthy for our lives and also for our growth. Treat people with respect, respect people's decisions, and also try as much as possible to love everyone. I mean, try your possible best. Don't look down upon anyone. And this world is going to be a lovely place.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Abdul, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Okay. So we had Mr. Abdul to help us with the deliberation on sex as to whether it's a complement of love or the foundation of love. And you can attest to the fact that it's been very educative. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul. And I urge you that if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. And share to your friends also. Don't be greedy, please. Share to your friends so that they can also enjoy all these educative programs. If you're a firm and you want to sponsor us or place an advert on the show, kindly contact management on 0550-442-973, 0550-442-973, and we'll link up to you. I've been your host, Osei Kwaku Twumasi. Until next time, bye-bye.